Hello everyone, welcome to Last Night Guru. So in this video we will discuss about exchange of gases. So in the previous video I have said that the respiratory system includes two major parts. So the first part is called as the conducting part. Conducting part includes what? It includes nose till the terminal bronchiole. And the second part is the exchange part. So where the exchange of the gases takes place. So if you want to know more detail about this, please refer to the previous video. So let's focus on this exchange part. So this exchange part is where this exchange of gases occurs. So what all this exchange part includes? Exchange of gases takes place between three major sites. The first site is alveoli. So alveoli is the primary site for the exchange of the gases. From the alveoli, the gases is exchanged between blood and also tissue. So these are the three major sites for the exchange of gases. Alveoli is the primary site, from alveoli to the blood and from the blood to the tissue. Okay, so this exchange of gases is based on one simple phenomenon, that is simple diffusion. So what is the simple diffusion? It is the movement of the gases from a region of higher concentration to lower concentration. So this simple diffusion here is based on three main factors. So diffusion is affected by these three main factors. So which are those three main factors? So the first factor is partial pressure. So I had told you about this partial pressure, right? So partial pressure of the gases are very important. Throughout the chapter it is going to repeat, and one thing you have to always remember is that gases move from higher partial pressure towards the lower partial pressure. So this is the first factor. Next, the second factor is solubility of gas. This is the second factor, solubility of gas. So next, the third factor is thickness of membrane. So these are the most important factors which will affect the simple diffusion, and it also affect the exchange of gases. So remember, exchange of gases is dependent on simple diffusion, and for the simple diffusion to occur, so these three factors are very important. So let's study each one of the factor individually. So the first factor is partial pressure. So what is the partial pressure? What is the definition for partial pressure? So partial pressure means it is the pressure contributed by each gases. Pressure contributed by each gases in mixture of gas. So this is known as partial pressure. Partial pressure is defined as pressure contributed by each gas in the mixture of gas. So there will be mixture of gas, right? So there will be oxygen, there will be carbon dioxide which is going and coming inside the body. So partial pressure means the pressure exerted by individual gases in a mixture of the gases. So it may be in the different location. In atmosphere, the partial pressure differs. In lungs, the partial pressure differs. So this is the partial pressure. So partial pressure of oxygen is denoted by PO2, and the partial pressure of the carbon dioxide is denoted by PCO2. Okay. So as I said, the partial pressure of carbon dioxide as well as oxygen differs in different sites. So let's see what are the partial pressure in different sites. See, in the chart you can see partial pressure of oxygen and partial pressure of carbon dioxide. This is a very important chart because competitive questions will be asked from this chart. So see here, the partial pressure of the oxygen in atmospheric air is 159. And in alveoli it is 104, deoxygenated blood 40, oxygenated blood 95, and tissue 40. and partial pressure of carbon dioxide in the atmospheric air is 0.3, alveoli 40, deoxygenated 45, oxygenated blood 40, and tissue 45. So let's see how partial pressure helps in simple diffusion. Okay, so here is a diagram. You all know that gases move from higher partial pressure to lower partial pressure. First, let's see the inhalation of oxygen. See here, the partial pressure of oxygen in the atmosphere, how much it is in atmosphere? It is 159, and carbon dioxide it is 0.3, right? So in alveoli the partial pressure of oxygen is 104. So can oxygen diffuse inside the alveoli? Yes, of course, here there is higher partial pressure compared to here, hence the oxygen can easily move inside the alveoli. So next you can see here, in case of oxygenated blood, the partial pressure of oxygen is 95 mmHg. So can oxygen come into the oxygen here, into the blood vessel? Yes, because 104 is there, which is more than 95. So from here it can easily diffuse inside the oxygenated blood. So next, into the tissue, if you see. So in the tissue, how much it is? The partial pressure of the oxygen is 40 and carbon dioxide is 45. Right? So from 95 it can come to 40 inside. Yes. Okay, ilige the oxygen how it diffuses, I hope you all know. Next, in the tissue there will be formation of carbon dioxide, hence the partial pressure of the carbon dioxide will increase. So inside the tissue it is 45 mmHg, and in the deoxygenated blood the partial pressure of the carbon dioxide is 45, is also 45. PCO2 is 45. So here comes the second factor, that is solubility of the gases. So carbon dioxide is more soluble in the blood compared to the oxygen. Hence carbon dioxide can easily diffuse here because they are more soluble. Hence it can go inside, and finally here alveoli you can see there is 40. So again it can easily diffuse inside the alveoli, and in the atmosphere it is even less, that is 0.3. From the alveoli it is exhaled outside. So this is how the partial pressure partial pressure works for the exchange of the gases. So let's move to the second factor, that is solubility of the gas. This I have told you earlier itself. Carbon dioxide is 20 to 25 times more soluble than the oxygen. Okay, so it can easily get dissolved inside the blood. So this is solubility, second factor. The third factor is thickness of the membrane. Even the thickness of the membrane matters. Okay, so the diffusion membrane is mainly made up of 3 layers. This is alveoli, and this is alveoli, and this is blood vessel. Okay, so in order for the diffusion, the thickness of the membrane is very essential. Here between the alveoli and the blood vessels there will be 3 important membranes. First is the squamous epithelium of the alveoli, which is a very thin membrane, squamous epithelium. Next is the endothelium of the alveolar capillaries. So in the capillaries, to the capillaries there will be endothelium, and between epithelium and endothelium there is basement membrane. These 3 are the important diffusion membranes which will affect the simple diffusion. Okay, so I hope you understood the topic. So please share it as much as possible, and thanks for watching.